Oh, I got my do-rag on. Put my do-rag on. Bliss and power, bliss and power. Bliss and freaking power all day and all night. Hope everything is going well for everybody. Hope you're feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. I'm doing exceptional. I wanted to chop it up on something. I hit something out of do-rag tassel. Yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing great. Bishop on deck. James Quan. Just wanted to show some love. It's been a little bit. Still trying to get more consistent on posting up here, and I'll probably start posting up on another platform as well, just to be able to express and vent some. And I see they have much more the way you can interface with the videos over these other platforms. I'm seeing it can be very productive and progressive in some of the things that I would like to share and display. But I titled this "Making the Profane Holy." I just wanted to touch on something real quick while I was twisting up a cigar, but it was like I just before, when I was on social media, mainly when I was on Facebook and stuff, I was talking in a way to where I was like really sharing some of the gems I had been made aware of through my studies and through my just different insights and whatnot. And this is by the way, the glow that you see on me is from a Galacticus Cottondale, Galacticus creator Cottondale, to be specific, very specific. If you have never had a Galacticus.com, Unc L's Freemaster Again on Grills creator Cottondale, you should certainly purchase one, especially if you love candles. Even if you don't, you should purchase one. And you should take the opportunity to have you a candlelit bath with a Supreme, with a Supreme Being Creator Cottondale from the Galacticus.com website, who I am not sponsored or affiliated with. Actually, I am a little bit on the ancestors money, I think, but which is an extraordinary task, extraordinary tool as well, like this ancestor money. But anyway, the gloves you see coming from me, that was from a creator Cottondale, and that, my friends, is full of juice, full of power. Um, so definitely get you one. Check it out. You won't regret it. It's a really good size, and it has a really great glow, and the ambience that comes from it is extraordinary. It smells amazing. It's a Cottondale, a candle that I plan on having in my world for indefinitely. Indefinitely. I really love it. I'm thankful for that community. I'm thankful for the just the tools that are offered. The building. This is a translucent medallion. Got a Sri Lakshmi translucent medallion. Just the tools that it offers. And I purchased this is a aquamarine copper handmade crystal necklace from an associate that I met on Facebook through the secret energy community. My point is that I enjoy crystal jewelry. I enjoy spiritual jewelry. I enjoy jewelry because all jewelry is spiritual, and it allows you to also adorn yourself with metaphysical power. So it's that's a awareness that I love to take advantage of. So anyway, wanted to talk about something while I was switching up a cigar. Beautiful segue, and it's like I really feel like I was born, and I know in my being that I was born to make profane holy. And the reason why I was born for this purpose is because this is how we end the old world, and this is how we renew um, the world that we dream of. Is through the dissolving of these barriers. We need to dissolve them so that they can be so that we can begin to upgrade. Because while we still have these divisions, you have certain people that are getting to certain levels, and they're staying in this space. Uh, it's not allowing an entire level up of everything. It's like certain things are leveling up, and certain things are not leveling up. Yes, you do need the polarity to a degree, but I also feel like there needs to be neutrality and transcendence. That space has to be filled as well. It will always exist. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's an important factor. the neutrality and the transcendence of the duality of the polarity in the polarity. Excuse me. So that way entire systems can upgrade. You have to have beings. You have to have beings that are in that space. That's the only way you can consistently upgrade. Otherwise, it will become consistent back and forth, consistent versus, consistent battle. So anyway, I said that to say that I feel like I was born as an aspect of that neutrality, where I'm so immersed in the supreme, in the great creator, that I do live in the polarity, but I also see the singularity. And then I know it's not just me, it's a lot of us that have this capability because of the development of our insight, of our internal sight, our first eyesight. It's all one and the same. They try to make it not but it can be viewed as something that's very mystical, very mysterious, very elusive. But that is one of the aspects of the development of the third eye, the first eye, is your ability to be able to operate in a way of singularity and transcendence beyond the duality. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we get into such a rut going at something, not understanding that that something is for us. It is for our growth. You know what I mean? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's being blessed in their worlds. I know these past 3 or 4 days have been very intense for me energetically. Vibrationally, it's been in particular last night was really intense. But some of that could just be personal. You know what I mean? It's not like haven't had things going on in my world, but I also know that it's just there are a lot of transitions that are taking place astrologically, energetically. So, and I ended up happening to log in on Facebook last night, and there was a buddy of mine, well, a Facebook friend, an associate, that he was saying that another one of his friends, had committed suicide. And it was like, man, you know, I think my night is bad, or I feel like my night is bad. And I'm not saying that it felt some type of way for sure. But apparently, I wasn't the only one that had that type of feeling, unfortunately. And some people don't know how to process. And this is all part of upgrades. This is all part of energetic upgrades. Um, Going through these cycles of emotions, going through these cycles of memories, and being able to process them, being able to handle them, finding your tools, finding your resources to be able to maximize the energy that's available. There's a lot of things being unjogged, a lot of things being restored, remembered, rekindled, and it's not time to uh, refract and reflect in the adverse way, but it's really time to understand how um, where the growth is, where is the opportunity for growth, where is the opportunity for an exchange that is beneficial for everybody involved. Because I don't like to keep living the same cycles over and over again. I like to continue to evolve and develop my being in my world. And so, but in order to do that, you have to be able to understand patterns, and be able to really able to observe unbiasedly. And the bias is hard because the bias is the ego typically, and a lot of us are much more centered in that ego than we are centered in the non-ego space, non-egotistical space, the space that's beyond this avatar that has been developed through the emotional makeup or through the predisposition that has been selected before you incarnated. A lot of people don't know how to get beyond those spaces. So, but that's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. So, I was born for that. Born magical. My magical Negro. What did they say on Black Dynamite? He said, "Oh, you're a magical Negro. I have 3 wishes." And he started going in. think somebody smacked the hell out of him right after. Oh my goodness! But anyway, I just wanted to touch on having that awareness of it and knowing the reason that I was born, and knowing that uh, that's the great work. That's how you process the shadow work. That's how you process the shadow, uh, which is a choice. You don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want to do. Some people don't even, uh, you know, s- everybody has a shadow and it comes out in different ways. And if you're aware of the subtle, then you can kind of see it. But a lot of times people want to call out people's shadows rather than just being able to, hey, acknowledge that okay, I respect it. That's how you are. That's who you are. That's what's up. What's up? What's great? What's love? What's good? What's love? Um, that's how you are. So it is what it is. I have a certain way of being too. That is my shadow. You know what I mean? I respect everybody for being who they are and doing what they do. That's how you really begin to integrate and I feel like that's how you those types of those forms of acceptance and understanding really do allow connections to take place. Really, really genuine connections, and those connections I feel like are what build constellations on this plane. You know what I mean? Because everybody's a star being. So, are you developing your love of light quotient to the point where you are that star, and or do you have the capacity and the humility to connect with other stars? Because um, that's a strong situation when you have two star beings interacting, and it can be very volatile. You know, but in humility and compassion and understanding, star beings can connect, and that's what it takes to become a constellation. I think that's how constellations have happen. You have these stars that are not revolving around each other to the point to where they can collide, or you know, or uh, maybe uh, throw each other so far out of orbit that they are not connected anymore. No, find a way to understand and but also be humble and allow that person to have their shine as well. And that's how you build constellations on Earth. It's those sorts of connections with star beings, with beings who have put that work in to develop themselves. You know, that's what it takes, and that's what season we're in. And it's a beautiful thing to be a part of that season, to be a part of that new wave of constellations being made on Earth. Because we've had different seasons of them. A lot of the older OGs, and by old I mean I'm obviously referring to age, but I don't want to just emphasize age. I mean, like, but that's what I'm talking about. The ones that came before us in tents, in the tents, we had some great OGs that laid the foundation and laid the groundwork for us to be able to walk in this level of awareness that we are operating in, and it's a blessing to be a part of that new wave who is continuing is that is stretching out the reach of the paradigm shift. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to be a part of that wave. Yeah. So let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I just wanted to chop it up real quick, and while I was twisting up a cigar, but I'm pretty much twisted up now. I just ain't folded that thing. uh, but yeah, making the profane divine. That is what divine understanding is. Making the profane divine. That's what divine understanding is, and that's how you place light in shadows. Now, we don't really like to be. Nobody really likes to do that because for some reason we feel like it can give justification to shadow or the things done in the dark, the things that may not be appealing, or the things that may not be understood, or the things sometimes people don't even know about, they're not even aware of. Those are all dynamics of shadow. And but when it comes to those things when you come to like a certain level of morality, and you have the light being appealing things and things that are accepted in the cross chart of morality, and shadow being those things that are not accepted, that are considered immoral. We still have to shine light in those areas and begin to understand the holiness of those things as well, the divinity of those things as well. Like, what purpose could they serve? No, it is not ideal. No, we do not want this. Why do you have these inclinations? Why do you have these urges? Why do you want to do that thing? What is this fulfilling from your previous lifetimes? What karma are you neutralizing? What dharma could you be placing into effect? It's not, you can't say that somebody doing something that is not ideal doesn't create drama for them. I don't know exactly all of the dynamics of who that individual is, but of course we stay in the spectrum of saying that love and above is light. So anything that is below that, anything that's done in the space below that, is dark, and it's not, and it's profane. But it also, I feel like there's orders of magnitude and, and magnitudes of perception. So just like in, you could say like there's a visible light spectrum and there's a range of visibility. Outside of that range of visibility does not mean there's not something there. And apparently that our range of visibility is very small in comparison to the range of electromagnetic spectrum in fullness and completion. The full electromagnetic spectrum is massive, and we only see a small fraction of this. So that is an example of an order of magnitude. We have a particular magnitude of seeing only in the the visible light spectrum, but there are grander orders of magnitude that see more. So that's when you get into relativity, and you have to begin to understand who you are, and based off who you are is how you can make these determining factors on these dynamics that we speak of about the morality and the profane and the holy, because everything that the creator makes is holy by definition of this being the creator making something. The creator can make things that are not holy. You understand what I'm saying? You understand these dynamics that I feel can be like splitting hairs, but should be spoken of in fullness of the unbiased of just the conversation of the situation. Is that because that's kind of what we're in. Like I said, I don't feel like understanding means justification. Understanding just means that you have now the ability to give compassion to, and then you now have the ability to actually heal and give care to, because and actually remedy that thing to where it's not uh, an adverse charge to a being as he views a thing, as she views a thing, because she has, developed her awareness or his awareness. So that's just my perspective. That's just how I feel. That's just my understanding to a degree. And but I feel like that's where we are, because otherwise you're going to continue with a duality perspective, which consistently breeds division, and that division causes the ability to have feudism and dualism, and The duel and the duel. The duel and the duel on guard. The duel. By by nature of the duel, you run into the duel. Even if it's just from curiosity, not even say that it's something that's adverse or negative. It's just out of curiosity, you run into the collision or the duel or the interaction that could be considered a duel. A duel doesn't have to be negative or something that's detrimental, but I am identifying these dynamics that I feel are relevant. So it's important to find ways to get as neutral as possible. I feel, but also keeping your standing of who you are as a being, as the being that you desire to be. So I hope that makes sense to me. But the main thing is just wanting to chop it up and break some bread and put more waves of harmony and unification and love and grandeur and opulence and abundance in the airwaves in my own way, and just let people know that you are loved, you are cared for, you are desired, you are wanted, um, you are supported, and you are prosperous in all of your endeavors. You're prosperous in everything that you choose to undertake. You know, um, keep focused, stay loose, feel your miracles, and continue to show compassion where you, you know that it's needed. You know? And journal. Don't be scared to scribe. No matter how good your writing is, my writing is not as ideal, but that's an important medium that was developed that wasn't always that humans didn't always have the ability to do. There's a lot of power in being able to write a thing down and being able to scribe. That's the better way to say, because write goes one way. Scribe denotes a feeling of permanence in creation to me when I say that word scribe, inscribe, inscription, scribe. So definitely journal, definitely write. I mean, like with your hand too, in a tool, a hand, with your hand in a utensil, right? It's great to type, great to clickety clap, but I think it's even better to scribe with the hand and a utensil. I think it really generates a higher degree of power, creational power. But these tools, these technological tools that we utilize are also living beings as well. And so it's great to also synergize with these tools. You know what I mean? So anyway, send love, listen power. I could talk about a lot of things for uh, at random, but it's a blessing to be able to just express and have a voice. You know, no matter who is listening, as long as I have a voice, I am creating. I am making change. I am doing, and I am loving me by not allowing my voice to not be heard, even if it is just me listening. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to feel about you too, though. That's important for you to feel that way. It's important for you to understand how important how critical your voice is for you. You know, that's in particular your inner dialogue. That is extremely important. So anyway, just want to chop it up, show some love, put something on record, and keep doing what you're doing. Commit to the grit. Commit to the grit. With some power, superstars. With some power. Love you. I appreciate you. Cheers.